everyone. As you can see by my gloves, my dress, as well as my little feather headband here, I am 1920s Minion Michelle, and today for this Something Bad Thursday, leading up to this Halloween, I thought it would be interesting to briefly discuss an experience that I had with, in particular, going to a nightclub during Halloween and how I thought it was a really bad experience and probably the worst Halloween that I ever had. And I thought it would be interesting to sort of address this story because who doesn't like sharing stories and experiences, especially pertaining to things that relate to the holidays. So without further ado, I'm going to briefly go through why this Halloween was kind of a disaster. So to start off with, this happened relatively 2 years ago. I was in college, and the main thing that is centered around college is oftentimes going to nightclubs slash bars slash regular club, however you want to call it, dance floor area, place where you can go and socialize and whatnot. So, I went with a couple of friends, and we decided to go, and we thought it would be a good experience to have because, again, it's Halloween time, you can dress up, and there's probably a bigger crowd, and, you know, everybody's sort of dressed up, and you can kind of see, you know, what creative ideas they came up with and whatnot, and we thought it was just going to be good, clean fun. So we arrived, and I believe we actually arrived a little early. We tried to get there, I think, an hour before they opened things up because they had a sort of a Halloween theme for the bar slash club. And so we thought, okay, let's just arrive a little bit early. Already when we arrived a little early, I think relatively under an hour before it was supposed to open, there was already a line, an extended line. And so we thought to ourselves, oh, okay, I guess we'll just have to wait. And it took forever. It was unbelievable just how long we had to stand there, a lot of us in our high heels, including me, just to wait to get inside. And at certain points, there were people within my group who were kind of debating as to whether or not we should leave because it was just so unbelievably crowded. The thing is, too, is within my area, there's not a whole lot of bars or things like that. It's usually restaurants, and there's no like dancing or things like that. So this was really probably the only place that we could get that would be centered around Halloween and would probably have people that would be around our age level. So we just decided to stick it out. I believe we waited 2 hours, at least 2 hours, just sitting and waiting in line. And while we were sitting and waiting, or standing and waiting in line, there were tons of people showing up, and some of them were already showing up completely drunk out of their minds. And I'm thinking to myself, why do you show up to a place where you're going to get drinks and already be drunk? Does not make sense to me whatsoever. But I had no intention of really drinking anything because this was 18 and over area, so you know the whole process wasn't as a you know restricted to certain age groups. So I remember being under 21, and this was probably the only place we could really go to anyway. So as a result, after waiting for two and something hours, we finally get there, and the security is just very it's almost dumb. Like I remember the security guard, um I'm being at the front and going, oh, okay, I guess I just need to show ID and then I can go in. And then I just remember him being very intimidating and giving me sort of a hard time, and I'm not even doing anything. I'm just like, I'm sorry, I just want to get in. I've waited 2 hours, I'm my feet are killing me. Please, here's my ID, let me go. And it was just a complete hassle. It was such a joke. And then finally, when me and my friends, when we all got in, we were just so happy that we were able to get in. We're just like, oh yay, thank you, yay, finally. And then when we get in, it is unbelievably crowded. Like, you could feel people sweat on you. There were just so many people. Like, it was like it was just so tight in. There wasn't a whole lot of space. Everyone was just kind of squished in. You couldn't really even dance at all because everything was just so tight. Um, and even then, the music was relatively loud, and I don't even think they were playing like Halloween Center or Halloween oriented music. It was just all like club, like just beats playing, and it was extremely loud. You constantly were bumping into people. One guy managed to grab my butt, and that was also very, very uncomfortable, and very, just unprovocatively, he just lets me through, and then he just grabs my ass, and I'm just thinking to myself, okay, this I am never doing again. Like, this club scene is such a freaking joke. I mean, it's unbelievable just how shallow, how, just it's just there's just so much stuff within this party setting that's just so it's trashy. It's not clean. There's tons of people just going crazy, and you can't even you can't it's almost like it tells you, come in here and just dumb your brain, just leave your brain at the doorstep and come on into our club and enjoy yourself. And it's like, how am I supposed to enjoy myself? It's like watching a Michael Bay movie, or going to it's just like going to a state of mind where you're not thinking, and you don't feel like a human being when you walk in there. You feel like an animal. And I mean, it's just so, oh, it just grinds my gears, this whole, and I wasn't wearing anything really provocative at all, compared to what other people were wearing. So and so there was just, it's just unbelievable. It just drives me up the walls that like that this is what people consider for fun. And I just don't get it. That's why I never went back. I was like, you know what? Clubs are stupid. I hate the fact that I can't talk to anybody. I hate the fact that, you're just bouncing in between people. I hate the fact that strangers can just come up to you and grab you wherever they fucking want to. I'm just, oh, just rage just flows through me. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to potty mouth there, but it's just horrible. It's just one of those places that you don't want to go. Maybe people are pressuring you to go, the peer pressure, and I kind of see that, and I sort of felt that too when I was going into the club, because everybody else was going, and I thought, you know what, this should be a fun experience, because everybody's going to be dressed up. It's going to be like Halloween. It's just going to be good, clean fun. And to be honest, it's just all trash. It's all just people just rubbing up against you. There's no point in going to, there's just no point in investing your time or your brain on this stuff. I mean, at least for me, I just think it's so unbelievably dumb. Uh, just the sheer amount of uh, like it's just not classy. It's not. It's nothing like that you can. I understand that there being a little bit of loud music and people dancing, but just to have that such limited amount of room, not really a whole lot of places to sit. I mean, there was no, I don't even think there was any places to sit unless you were on the bar. Like there was nothing else there. It was a really, really bad experience. And I think a lot of clubs are like that. They don't care because they know that people are going to come in because they're going to want drinks, and they're going to want to, you know, rub up against people without their fucking permission. And it just really makes me angry, just this whole scene, and just how ludicrously trashy it's become. It's not about socializing. It's really not. There's no social aspect to be had at these places. They're all designed just to be cheap ways to get drinks and to, you know, and to be pervs. Like that's the only thing that, it's just unbelievable. It drives me insane. And I'm personally just I'm sick of it. I just can't take it. I will never go to a club ever again. I will never, especially one that's around Halloween time. And I think a lot of it has to do with this horrible experience that I had. Like, it just turned me off from the whole concept completely. There's just nothing there to. It's just all trash. It's just and it's just really crass, and I just don't like that environment. I really don't. I think it's just a very it's a very unhealthy. It's unsanitary. It's it's gross. It's not a fun environment. You don't feel you don't even feel freaking safe, going around there. You don't feel like you're in a comfortable environment. I mean, at least that's how I feel. I mean, this whole place, just was. I think it was just. Again, it's just very lowbrow, and it's just, and I just don't like that. I mean, I'm not that kind of person. Uh, I just don't like that kind of environment, and I don't think it's a very positive environment. It's not a place where I could feel comfortable. There's really nobody. Again, nobody goes to a club to talk. Nobody goes to a club to really meet people. They just want to go to get cheap drinks and cheap cheap whatever they want to get. That's all it has become now. And it's unfortunate, but I mean, I'm just I just don't like how they. I just really don't like the environment. I don't like how it's very unsettling. It's not a place that you want to really go. And I think there's, I think, if you've experienced it once, you kind of know that it's like going through a really bad horror film. I mean, it's just so obviously dumb. It's just going in there, and that's kind of the mindset that it expects you to take. And to be honest, I really don't like that mindset. I don't like um the excessive drinking. I don't like the excessive, crude behavior. It's just stupid, and it's just dumb. It's just designed to dumb yourself down, and that's why I really don't want to expose myself to it. And I think after sort of ranting about it, I kind of realize, and I think if you experience it, you'll see, you'll know the problems, you'll know the weirdness that's associated with the kind of culture that we have with this whole scene. And to be honest, it's really not a good place to meet people. Like, I really wouldn't recommend people going to a bar or to a club or anything to meet people. There's just no sense, because they don't go to meet people. And you think they do, but they really don't. They're there for their own means, their own ends. You know, the women go so they can get free drinks, and the men go thinking that they're gonna get a girl, and it's that simple. And it's really gotten so low and trashy that I can't stand it. I'm not gonna expose myself to that environment anymore. I've decided that's it. Halloween has prepared me. Halloween has shown me how ridiculous the club scene is. And I think it was good for me to have the experience, because I learned and I never went back. And I'm sort of happy for it. But yeah, I think that's really my experience and my feelings about this kind of environment. I just think that it's not. I just think that it's not a place um, for me to use myself. It's not a place where I think it's fun. Like, I don't think it's fun to go out and listen to really loud and obnoxious music and go get drinks where most of them do taste bad. I mean, there's only a certain amount of alcohol that's actually really of quality out there. And to be honest, I just can't stand that environment, and I just can't take the sheer amount of I just don't like the stupidity. I don't like the crass behavior. I don't like you know the the constant I just don't like the way I just don't like that culture. I just don't like that environment. I just think that it's just dumb. I just think it's just dumb, and I can't take it. And I just think my brain power is just too strong for it. I just don't find anything pleasing about it. I don't find anything, you know, anything worthy of, exploring, because there's nothing to explore. There's not there usually the drinks aren't that good. Usually usually you don't meet really anybody, you just go there to be stupid, and I don't like the idea of being stupid and dumbing down my brain and, you know, entertaining myself with something that I don't find entertaining. So, oh, it's just so annoying. I just can't take it. I just can't take it anymore. And I think largely a part of it is the culture that we've created. Largely the culture that we created through college, and thinking, yeah, college is all fun and games, and you don't need to work, and you don't need to study for those classes, and the whole party scene in college is just a complete joke. And I knew early on I wasn't going to waste my time with it. And I think I'm really glad that I did, and I'm glad that this experience sort of opened me up to something, into the horrors of it, I guess. Ironically, it being, Halloween. And I think if you have a bad experience, it shows you, how to, not have that bad experience again. And I think this bad experience was something that really, really opened my eyes, and I'm really glad that I don't have to put up with it anymore. And I think it just the whole experience made me kind of angry, but at the same time, I'm still glad that, it opened up my eyes, and I saw the night's club scene for what it is. And yeah, don't need to put up with it anymore, because I'm not going. Not going. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great Halloween and a great month, day, week, year. And I apologize uh, for I'm sorry if there's others who think differently than I do. But I feel like from explaining my experience, I hope that you kind of understand where I'm coming from. I'm not saying that people who go to these places or like to hang out at these places are dumb or anything. I just feel that the experience for me personally dumbs my my brain down because I'm not doing anything productive or anything interesting. I'm just going there to just to be dumb and do really dumb things, and I don't want to do dumb things. So again, that's just really my opinion, but I totally understand if there's people that are coming from that have a different viewpoint. But I think it's something that I really wanted to rant about because I just don't like how unbelievably unbelievably crass and unbelievably just ridiculous this club scene has become. And I really hope that people sort of learn um, and understand, sort of the negative impacts that I think it can have if it's done so excessively. Um, and that's just, though, my opinion. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you, again, have a great Halloween. And the twin minion Michelle, or our evil twin, she will be back for the last installment. Um, Although I don't know, I think she actually wants us to take over this channel. I'm actually not sure what's going to happen with that, but you will, I'm sure, I'm sure that you will all find out once that video takes place. But take care, everybody. Bye bye.